Hello, dear ones. Father Peter John, coming to you from All Saints Orthodox Church, South Bloomington, Indiana. Christ is in our midst. I want to talk today about a very special saint. He's the patron saint, actually, of one of our own clergy. That would be Deacon Lawrence. His patron saint is Deacon Lawrence, the Saint Lawrence, Deacon of Rome. Here's a little bit about his life. In the 3rd century, he lived in Rome. He was one of the 7 deacons in the Roman Church. And in the year 258, the Emperor Valerian issued an edict calling for the arrest and execution of all clergy in the Christian church, bishops, priests, and deacons. Well, as soon as this happened, Deacon Lawrence's bishop was arrested with 2 other deacons in the catacombs, and they were brought to their martyrdom. And as they were going, Deacon Lawrence saw them, and he cried out to his bishop. He said, "My father, where are you going without your son? My bishop, where are you going without your deacon? Have you ever gone to the altar without your deacon, and now you are going without me?" They had this beautiful relationship. And so his bishop and their deacons, the 2 deacons, were led off to martyrdom there in Rome. Well, it so happened that St. Lawrence the deacon was the keeper of the money of the Roman Church. His job was to distribute money and goods to the poor. So he received a notice from the emperor's henchmen stating that he was to surrender all of the finances of the Roman Church to the emperor. Well, as soon as he heard this, the deacon knew that he couldn't let all of this money fall into the hands of this evil emperor. And so he went there to this room that they had, and it was filled with money and all sorts of things, valuables. And he went and he spent 2 days distributing all of it, all that he could. He didn't get quite all of it. Spent his time distributing it to the poor of the city. Well, 2 days later, when they hauled him in before a judge, they demanded that he surrender the wealth of the church. He said, "Follow me." And he led them to a room. And in that room, there were poor, men, women, and children, filling the room. And he said to these men, he said, here are the jewels of the Christian church. Well, this was not the answer that the emperor was looking for. And so he had Deacon Lawrence led off to his martyrdom. And his martyrdom was, they had this big kind of a grill. I think it's called a gridiron. And they put him on it, and then they put it over this big fire, and they began asking him questions, kind of interrogating him at his martyrdom. And so there he is, laid, chained down to this thing over this fire, and they're asking him questions. He refuses to answer any of their questions. Who knows what they were asking? Where did you distribute the money, or where are your brother deacons hiding, or who knows? God knows what they were asking him. But anyway, he refused to answer them. And he was stubborn in the best possible way. Stubborn in the way that Christians should be stubborn. He refused to answer their questions. And then at one point, he cried out with a loud voice before giving up his spirit, and he said, "Turn me over, I'm done on this side." May St. Lawrence, the deacon of Rome, pray for us that we too may have this kind of boldness, this kind of faith and resolve to follow Christ until our last breath. Christ is in our midst. He is and ever shall be.